Hello everyone, I'm Guan, and welcome to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about a super practical topic, the difference between surface logic, industry logic, and bottom logic. Many people feel very profound when they hear the word bottom logic, but in fact, as long as it is made clear, it is very simple and easy to understand, and it is especially helpful for our work, life, and even decision making. Let's start from the beginning. Let's talk about surface logic first. This is the thing we come into contact with the most on a daily basis. For example, when we buy something, we choose the cheap one that is worth buying. This is a kind of surface logic. It is the operating rules around specific things and phenomena, which is very intuitive. For another example, a restaurant suddenly burst into flames. The surface logic may be because its home decoration is beautiful, and the dishes are particularly distinctive. So you may think that you can replicate this successful model by upgrading the restaurant's decoration and innovating the dishes. But the question is it really that simple? This brings us to the underlying logic we will talk about next. The underlying logic is the root cause of these superficial phenomena. In the example of the restaurant just now, the underlying logic may not be simple decoration and dishes, but because the restaurant captures the consumption psychology of the surrounding people, such as people like to send moments to shoot food, or the location of the restaurant is very precise, just in the most crowded area. These hidden reasons are the core of what makes it successful. So the surface logic only tells you what happened, while the underlying logic tells you why it happened. It focuses more on the deep-seated principles of human nature, demand, and resources. So what is the difference between industry logic and bottom-level logic? Industry logic is something more specialized, and it only applies to a specific field. For example, in the catering industry, everyone focuses on the core issues of food delivery speed, turnover rate, and supply chain cost. In the technology industry, the focus may be on innovation ability, technical barriers, etc. Industry logic is limited to the industry itself. But the bottom-level logic is cross-industry. Whether it is catering or technology, the bottom-level logic is always related to human nature, quota, and market demand. Finally, let's summarize. Surface logic is phenomenon. For example, a company makes money by advertising revenue. Industry logic is method. For example, most companies in this industry make money by advertising. Bottom logic is essence. For example, the essence of advertising is to use people's need for information to profit. Understanding this, you can see the essence of the problem more clearly, and you can also find a really effective solution. Well, that's it for today's sharing. If you think my explanation is helpful to you, don't forget to like, leave a message and follow. You are also welcome to chat about your understanding of bottom logic in the comment area. See you next time. Here we go. We are talking about a super interesting topic, bottom level logic. What exactly is bottom level logic? How does it manifest in the three fields of business, philosophy, and technology? After listening to today's content, you will find that there are actually simple laws behind many complex problems. Let's talk about business first. On the surface, business is a game of various companies, brands, and products. But its bottom-level logic is actually three words: value exchange. Imagine, you are thirsty in the desert, and a bottle of mineral water may be worth $1,000, because the demand here is extremely high, and the supply is almost zero. But in ordinary supermarkets, the same water is only sold for a few dollars, because the supply and demand are balanced. Therefore, the relationship between supply and demand is the lowest law of business operation. For example, behind the competition of enterprises, there is essentially a competition for resources. Whoever can create the most value with the least resources will win. In one sentence, the bottom logic of business is summarized: meet demand, optimize resource allocation, and realize value exchange. Let's talk about philosophy. Philosophy has been asking, why is the world like this? Its bottom logic is hidden in some basic laws, such as causality. Everything has a reason, and all outcomes have antecedents. For example, today's social problems may be closely related to certain policies, cultures, and technological developments 10 years ago. By understanding causality, we can find the root of the problem: contradiction and dialectics. The world is a unity of contradictions. Tradition and modernity, individual freedom and collective responsibility. These opposites will ultimately drive the continuous progress of society. This dialectical way of thinking is the underlying logic of philosophy. Philosophy teaches us that we can't look at problems on the surface, but learn to go back to the source and find the essence of things. What about technology? The underlying logic of technology is more specific. It is directly based on the laws of nature, such as the laws of physics. Newton's three laws determine the basis of mechanical motion. Today's engineering and aerospace technology rely on it. The evolutionary principle of biology, the law of survival of the fittest, which not only affects biological evolution, but also inspires the design of artificial intelligence algorithms. The law of technological development. Have you heard of Moore's law? Chip performance doubles every 2 years. This exponential growth law is the underlying logic of technological development. Technology tells us that behind all innovation, we need to build on a deep understanding of the underlying laws. To sum up, whether it is business, philosophy, or technology, the function of the underlying logic is to reveal the most essential laws and help us see the truth behind the surface phenomena. By mastering these logics, you can gain insight into trends in business and find real opportunities. See the essence in philosophy and solve deep problems. Promote innovation in technology and stand at the forefront of the times. If you also want to learn to think with the underlying logic, remember to like it, follow me, and we will continue to chat in the next issue. I'm Guan. See you next time.